I forgot to turn my mic on. What's up, everybody? Okay, we're back. We're gonna do some work today on the Afterwinter album again today. So I might have some weird stuff that I've got to sort through here real quick. I came in today, and this Mac had decided. Guess what? We're updating, and I don't care what you think about it. And so now, basically, the album stuff wasn't working whenever I would open it, which is great. I think I fixed the problem. We're going to find out together right now. If this opens, then we're good. If not, we're going to spend the entire stream today clicking on little things and just chatting. Non-responsive application. That's not promising, huh? Oh, here we go. Almost there, hopefully. This is all good. It was the actual audio files that it was kind of having trouble accessing. I don't like this background either. I need to change this desktop to something else. Oh, good. Oh, all the files are here. Thank you. Oh, man. Okay, yeah. Okay, so here's what we're working on today. If you're coming in and you don't already know what's going on, After Winter is kind of the main band project that I am doing. This consists of 7 different people. If you're normal to watching this channel, you will recognize most of those names. My dad is the bassist, and Eli Clausen is the drummer. We also have James Riggs on rhythm guitar. Sam, my younger brother Sam Neely on keyboard. We've got Jerry Grazioso on vocals, as well as my younger sister Majenica on vocals as well. Did I leave anybody out? I don't think I did. Somebody yell at me if I left somebody out. For some reason, my brain is telling me that wasn't everybody. So anyway, it's been interesting trying to work on this because it's a concept album, and that means dropping in. And anybody who doesn't already know parts of the story, it's kind of hard for them to follow. What the heck is going on? And also, if we work on stuff that's later in the album, we're getting spoilers for stuff that's happening that we may not be wanting to show to the public yet. So I've been working on first pass mixes for most of the songs. We're pretty late into the album as far as that goes. But recently I was working on this the other day, and I made a pretty fundamental change to the way the vocals are mixed. I wanted to make this a little bit more personal. So we double our vocals almost all the time. Every vocal on this entire album is doubled at least, bar one that I can think of. And I wanted to make this feel a little bit more personal, right? This is supposed to be like a movie. Hearing this is supposed to be like watching a movie. So we want you to connect with the characters, and it's kind of hard to connect with somebody who's singing and it sounds like there's 2 voices, right? Now, I'm not getting rid of the double, but I turned it a lot further down so that you can still kind of get the power and heft of the doubled vocal without it sounding like 2 people singing necessarily. And that means we got to go back through the rest of the songs that were already done and adjust the vocals accordingly. Because sometimes that means that the mix we had already is totally off. The vocals were louder because the double was louder. We also changed a while ago this right here. So this is the virtual mix rack, the Slate virtual mix rack vocal chain. So this is what we're using on Majenica's vocal track specifically. And I didn't start using this until maybe about halfway through these first draft mixes. I had something else and then started to feel like it wasn't hitting me right, so we messed around and changed stuff. And that, again, has changed the way the vocal mix sits on the earlier songs. So for most of today, we're just going to be going back through songs that I've technically already gone first draft through, just to update. Now on this song, things got so wonky when I was working the other day that I deleted the automation that I had already done and started from scratch. So we're kind of working from scratch. This is all okay. Let's go ahead and listen to it anyway. You know what? Let's go from the beginning. The first thing that I really need to listen to is the second verse. And real quickly, we need to set up this so that you guys can hear it. Hey, Harry, how's it going? Hope you're doing good. Good to see you here. Harry is also on this album. He is not an official member of Afterwinter, but he is doing the biggest cameo. The biggest cameo vocal on this whole album is Harry's, and we were very glad to have him on here. He definitely killed it. He is our police sergeant character. He's not on this particular song. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start it, and then if we're not hearing it, then we'll stop it and figure out why, and then keep going. Okay, so here's where we're at so far. Okay, I think that bit needs to be just a little louder. I was good with the first. So, like I said earlier, the second verse is kind of where we're starting. I was pretty good with the first verse and that first chorus. Yeah, so we're just kind of trying to equalize, making sure that we can hear everything that's being said for Magenica and Jerry. So this is actually the first song on the album that Jerry appears on. This is track 3. The first track is just kind of an intro track, kind of setting up the album, and then the first official song, Left for Dead, is only Magenica, and then here we are in track 3, Losing Myself, where we introduce Jerry's character, which is Thomas Stone, the brother of the main character, Riley Stone, who Magenica is playing the voice of. Hopefully I didn't say that just absolutely ridiculously. I feel like I did a terrible job explaining that just there. Anyway, let's jump back in. So I bumped that phrase up just a little bit more.
My name is Riley Stone, of that much I am sure. Remember that God is here to help you to endure.
Okay, and then that Jerry phrase I think was just a little bit loud. Not by much. Let's just try 1 decibel.
I am sure.
Remember that God is here to help you to endure.
That was close. I'm going to bump it down just a little bit more.
I am sure.
Remember that God is here to help you to endure.
Okay. One thing, I'm going to bump it down a little bit more, but there's some vocals in the middle of that have started to get buried. This one that's visibly quieter.
To help you to endure. To help you to endure.
Yeah, I think I want to turn up "Help You," which I'm pretty sure is that right there.
Remember that God is here to help you to endure.
Absolutely. I'm still, so there's background vocals right there too, and I'm just not really getting the mix that I'm looking for. I'm hearing all the words okay, but I still think I want a little bit less Jerry and a little bit more background vocal right there. I want to relax Jerry's vocals back into the background part a little bit. So let's take him down a little bit and take the background vocals up a little bit.
Please don't, of that much I am sure.
Remember that God is here to help you to endure.
Thomas, my dreams have become.
Yeah, that was really close. I think the whole thing was a bit loud now. So relax just a little bit more, not by much. Oops.
Remember that God is here to help you to endure.
Thomas, my dreams have become real. I'm losing stability.
What makes you believe this? What have you seen?
Right on. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So again, I think Jerry was just a little loud. Not much, but a little. So let's bump him down just a hair. And then there were parts in that Magenica phrase I feel like that were a little bit buried again. Hey, Dad's here too. Yeah.
Thomas, my dreams have become real. I'm losing stability.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I think, again, we're just going to bump her up just a hair, just a little tiny bit, and that means we don't need any of that.
Thomas, my dreams have become real. I'm losing stability.
What makes you believe this? What have you seen?
I dreamt of a woman burned and an alley painted red. I arrived on the scene today, and there she lay dead.
Right, okay, so again, just very similarly to what we just did with Jerry, there's background vocals there, and I was hearing everything okay, but I want to hear a little bit better mix. So less Magenica, maybe a little bit more background vocals.
I dreamt of a woman burned and an alley painted red. I arrived on the scene today, and there she lay dead.
I was totally good with most of that. The first phrase still hit me wrong.
I dreamt of a woman burned and an alley painted red.
Okay, I think I want just the first phrase. And again, it's not much. It's just a hair. Let's try a decibel and see if that's too much.
I dreamt of a woman burned and an alley painted red. I arrived on the scene today, and there she lay.
So the double is turned up just a little bit more for the chorus, just to give it a little bit more power. A couple of things about that chorus that just slightly hit me wrong. First off, there's some acoustic guitars playing in that, and I think they're just a hair too loud. Not a huge amount. I'm good with them for the most part, but I think they're just taking a little bit too much focus away from the lead vocal. So let's go down. I'm not going to be able to put that right at 6. Logic has a serious problem with negative 6.0. I don't know why. It refuses negative 6.0. Oh, it made me a liar. That's okay. I'm fine with that. I'm okay with being a liar in that case. I wanted 6.0. So turn that down just a little bit. There were a couple of things in Magenica's vocal that were odd. There was one part that was too quiet, and I think I want to take the word real down just a little bit. Again, it wasn't hugely abrasive, it was just enough that I want to mess with it. Which makes sense. We did the same thing in the first chorus. Oops, why did that take Jerry down? That shouldn't have taken Jerry down. Must have scrolled too far. There we go. And then I want to find the word understand in this last phrase too. Just the part under. Just under was a little bit under the necessary volume.
Brother, please help me understand it.
Yeah, that just these two little blurbs right here. Under. And the background vocals help it because the background vocals sing that too. But I think I just want a little bit more Magenica in that.
Concealed. Brother, please help me understand if it is real.
Yeah, pretty close. I think I actually want to bring up the word me just a tiny bit. Not as much as those, but I want to bring up the word me a little bit also.
Brother, please help me understand if it is real.
Relax, Riley, take another deep breath. I'm sure that you're fine. Take this book and feel its wisdom.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that's all for Magenica. Yeah, so Magenica's done for this song, so we just need to get this bridge and this last chorus of Jerry done. So let's pay a little bit closer attention to that.
And if it is real.
Relax, Riley, take another deep breath. I'm sure that you're fine.
Okay, I want to hear a little bit more, I think. Yeah, a little bit more than what I'm hearing right at the moment. Wait a minute. Let's return him up to 2.
Relax, Riley, take another deep breath. I'm sure that you're fine. Relax, Riley, take another deep breath. I'm sure that you're fine. Take this book and feel its wisdom. Remember God in these trying times.
Okay, so I think both of those phrases were quiet. I mean, for sure, take this book and feel its wisdom was really quiet. But even remember God in these trying times was a little bit quiet. Let's take that up.
Take this book and feel its wisdom. Remember God in these trying times.
Okay, I think remember God was spot on. Take this book was a little bit too loud.
Take this book and feel its wisdom. Remember God in these trying times. Remember God, just remember God.
Uh-huh. And again, that last phrase should be kind of a middle ground.
These trying times. Remember God, just remember God. Are you losing yourself? I don't believe so. God is always here for you to help you heal and grow.
Okay, I definitely want to listen to the last chorus again. You was quiet. Also just heard a drum thing that I want to fix a little bit better. I heard those drum tracks end and I don't want to. Wide or fade. Okay. The word you was definitely too quiet in that last phrase. Help you heal and grow. Maybe grow needs to come down a little bit. We did that in every other chorus, and it kind of felt like this one too. Let's try it. And if it doesn't work, then we will know. And I think this right here is the word you. Just listen to the whole thing again.
Are you losing yourself? I don't believe so. God is always here for you to help you heal and grow.
Yeah, okay. I think turning down grow was the right move. There were a couple of other things in there. To help was maybe just a tiny bit quiet. Just a tiny bit. I want to listen to the rest of it again. I'm pretty sure the rest of it's good.
Are you losing yourself? I don't believe so. God is always here for you to help you heal and grow.
Yep, I'm good with that. So that one's not super long in comparison to a lot of the album. It's still 6 minutes. Still 6 minutes, but that one's actually fairly straight to the point as far as this album goes. No solos in there, in that particular one. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to connections. There we go. Yeah, I desperately need a new desktop background. I really do not care for the art style on this one. I think usually Mac desktop backgrounds are like some huge scenic like mountain, and it's just an epic shot. And this one just kind of looks like a pop art kind of. See if they've got some more of those scenic epic things somewhere hidden in there. Okay, so again, we're looking at vocals for this song. So this is another solely Magenica song, at least at the moment. This one's a lot more moving Riley's story along. So we're mostly looking at Magenica. So we do have the virtual mix rack on here, which is correct. Yep, sure thing. Mostly what we need to do, I've actually been turning the bass drum just a hair down from where it has been, is look at all the automation. Yeah, look at all that. So I'm going to say there's a good possibility that most of that is no longer necessary. Between what we're about to do and that virtual mix rack, I'd say that most of these moves are probably completely unnecessary now. Plus, we're going to be turning that vocal down to create that more intimate vocal. So you know what? We're here. Let's start it from scratch again. So we're using the starting point of -2 and -11. So that creates a 9 decibel separation between the lead vocal and the lead vocal double, which again gives us that kind of power and heft of having a doubled vocal, but sounds more like one person singing, so that hopefully connects with the audience a little bit better than it would if we were just literally hearing a obviously doubled vocal throughout the whole thing. Now, I noticed that this was turned down quite a bit for this beginning part, so there's a good chance we're going to be turning this down for the beginning, because the beginning is a big clean section. So let's start off. I'm just going to, in anticipation, create a couple of nodes there. Let's actually start at the beginning of the song, so we get a nice good context of where musically we're at before we hit those vocals. Oh, you guys aren't going to hear this. I need to set up Black Hole. Uno momento. always make that that dark blue there so that I remember. Okay, now you guys should hear this.
What is this place? Am I really here? The fogginess in my mind is blurry and unreal. This feeling is familiar, another foretelling dream. Has it happened yet again? By night I see the story. A computer screen's bright light invades my vision. Who is this man turned away? Has he fallen victim? I must know the answer. I know that copper smell.
Okay, yeah. For the most part, I think that was really good. I want to turn up that last phrase. It started to get a little bit buried because of the building instruments. There were a couple of times I heard little pops and clicks on the vocal track too, which obviously we do not want in there. 1 second. Let's take a closer listen for that. You know what we could do just to be safe is just put little tiny fade ins and fade outs on all of these little vocal things. That should immediately fix that. We don't even have to listen to it on its own. I also kind of felt like the harmony should come up just a hair. Whoa, what's that? There we go. Not much. I think it was okay. It was okay where it was, but I want to hear just a little bit more. Let me go to 12.5. There we go. Okay. Oh, side note, I almost forgot. I assume you guys probably heard me open the Mountain Dew can in the middle of that intro. I think we should add that in. I think we should take a vote. What do you guys think? We should add the sound effect of a pop can being opened. And I mean, technically, we can say that it's part of the story. Maybe Riley was just really wanting a Mountain Dew right there. We don't know.
What is this place? Am I really here? The fogginess in my mind is blurry and unreal. This feeling is familiar, another foretelling dream. Has it happened yet again? By night I see the story. A computer screen's bright light invades my vision. Who is this man turned away? Has he fallen victim? I must know the answer. I know that copper smell. I turn him to face me. I am forced again through hell.
Not bad. I think I might want to turn the word smell up a little bit more, just because it's kind of a weird phrase, and I don't want the listeners to be like, "What did she say?" Like, I think it's okay where it's at, but I just want to make sure that we can hear that that is the word smell.
I know that copper smell.
You hear what I mean? It's just like it's a little bit muffled. Let's grab that. Just the word smell and take that up like an additional dB there. Yeah. If it's Riley Neely, then yes, Popcan should be opening all throughout the story, even during the action scenes. Gunshot, pop opens. Yes, that would be perfect.
I know that copper smell. A churn hit.
Yep, totally into that. Okay, so I want to get rid of that little bit right there. It's not hurting anything to be there, but I don't like it all the same. Okay, let's continue.
A churn hit to face me. I am forced again through hell. Overwhelming to my eyes, almost too horrible to tell. His hands have been cut off, and his eyes are pinned open.
Very nice. I just had to stop real quick to call out Cody. Cody Johnson just jumped in. Say real fast to say I thoroughly enjoyed Within. Thank you, man. We really appreciate that. That's a good one. I got to tell you, you should also check out when we upload it. So we're going to upload it to our YouTube channel as well, the After Winter YouTube channel. It's coming more near the end of the month so that we don't step on the labels upload of it. Something happened in the labels upload that made the audio sound kind of weird. It's not bad. It's not bad, but it's definitely quiet and kind of like the bass frequency sound weird, the higher frequency sound weird. I'm not sure what happened. I'm sure it wasn't intentional, whatever it was, but just a side note, if you wouldn't mind taking a second listen whenever we upload it again later in the month, you'll get kind of the full scope of it. Also, it should be hitting Spotify on Halloween, on the 31st of October. That song should be hitting all the streaming platforms everywhere. So again, much appreciated for the compliment that we always hope when we put out a single that it reminds people that we exist, because this album is taking a long, long time. While we're on that subject, October 27th is actually AfterWinter's birthday. It'll be AfterWinter's third birthday on October 27th. If you wanted to know exactly how long this album is taking, the answer is 3 years. So luckily, we're actually coming up on the finish line. As you can hear with these songs, we're coming closer to finished product. All right, let's continue listening here.
My stomach reels as my divine foresight closes.
Nice. I actually want to turn that part just a hair down. Cody says, I'll be adding it to playlist then. Awesome. Awesome. I think we got that Halloween vibe. I was curious what we would do because we set out to write a Halloween song, and I think we got it. Oh, and Cody, I'm sure you probably caught the little nod we did to the Greenville marching band, that little weird thing that they always play on Beggars Night. We put it in there near the end of the song. The da 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 da. I was laughing like crazy when we wrote that in there. Like, yes, we have to do that.
My stomach reels as my divine foresight closes.
Yes, except the word closes.
Closes.
The second half of the word is too quiet. I did catch that. I figured you would. Any Greenville natives are bound to catch that little part at the end. The second half, just the zez, just that part is too quiet. Closes.
Foresight closes.
Oh, and I missed it. It's there. Okay.
Foresight closes.
Okay, I think I might have turned it up just a little bit too much. That was really close. That would have been acceptable.
Closes my divine foresight closes.
I love this chorus. Hold on, I forgot to turn that double up. So for every chorus, I've been turning the lead vocal double track just up by a decibel, so that we're only 8 dB away from the lead instead of 9, just to give that chorus just a little bit more importance. So let's roll back and listen to the beginning of that chorus again.
Despite my dread against my desperate hope, the scene is as I dreamed before. A keyboard warrior brutally murdered, his virtual crimes were at the core. Searching the room for more evidence, experience helped me realize.
Yeah, there's definitely some stuff in that needs turned up. Pretty much anytime she went down low. But I did turn the background vocals up by half a dB. Let's take a listen again.
Despite my dread against my desperate hope, the scene is as I dreamed before. A keyboard warrior brutally murdered, his virtual crimes were at the core. Searching the room for more evidence, experience helped me realize.
Yeah, so that phrase right there was definitely a bit of a mess volume-wise. Anytime she went down, it just disappeared a little bit. What am I doing? There we go. So let's just pop her up by a couple of dB, pretty much for any time she goes down low. I suppose that's probably the word helps, being that it's two little blips right there. Helps me. Well, maybe not. Let's take another quick listen here.
Searching the room for more evidence, experience helped me realize.
Okay, yeah, so perience needs turned up a little bit. So that was X right there, not helps. There we go.
Searching the room for more evidence, experience helped me realize.
Yeah. Honestly, ENTs still could use a little bit more, if I'm being honest there, I think. If you guys wondered back when we were doing the Kiss-ish stuff, when I said that we were doing kind of quick sweeps of those songs and not being really picky, this is what I was talking about with being picky. The word experience in here, and each syllable of that word is a different volume.
Searching the room for more evidence, experience helped me realize.
Oh, I lied. I guess the last 2 syllables are the same volume. Oh, awful. Okay, how about this next phrase?
There must be a connection to the burnt woman that I can tie.
Okay, it's better because of the background vocals, but I still think that we should take pretty much anywhere that she went down low and turn it up. On these couple of phrases, it's a little bit more obvious which ones are low. Let's see about skipping that first little chunk right there and see if that's okay.
There must be a connection to the burnt woman that I can tie.
Not bad. I think each one was a little bit too loud that time. Is that going to work? No, it's not. It was a nice thought. I think just because of the background vocals kind of adding some extra oomph to those parts, they just don't need turned up as much.
There must be a connection to the burnt woman that I can tie. I remember the light from the computer screen. It's turned off now, but it was on in my dreams. It becomes all too clear as I wake up the machine. A connection forms within my mind. Familiar mark, but with a different time. The calling card of the murderer. The number 2349.
Ooh, I'm going to do something just a little bit illegal here. Nobody saw that.
The number 2349.
Yeah, I think that was good. This is one of my favorites. I think this is one of Sam's favorites too on the album. This one could be a single if it weren't 9 minutes long. There are no, I am not kidding you guys. If anybody that's watching is not in the band and doesn't already know this, we won't be able to release singles from this album. We just won't. The songs are either too long or they give away too much story. It's the nature of a concept album, I guess. There just simply isn't any good part that we can pull out of this and say, here you guys go. You just have to listen to the whole thing. That's just how it is. All right, let's jump out to some other vocal sections. I really love the guitar solo in this one, which I've just skipped, but I mean, theoretically, we're here to work, so I guess we should jump to the next vocal section. Okay, well, we're not at the right vocal separation, first off. There we go. Ah, Dad agrees. Yes, he said this is my number one so far. Absolutely. This is just a good song, start to finish. I also love when the chorus of this song comes back way later in the album on Unveiled. That's like a goosebump moment for me almost, as because not only is it cool that we're hearing this chorus again, but it thematically makes a lot of sense, and I think that's really fun. Okay, yeah, this whole thing needs to come up. The whole verse is too quiet. Except maybe that. Oh, that's the chorus. Okay. Let's maybe go too far and see if it's too much. Let's go up to 0. Yeah, the vocal blend is also messing up the background vocals, which, I mean, who didn't see that coming? I mean, it makes sense, but it's annoying. I'm kind of wishing that I had just turned up the background vocal master fader instead of having to click each one of these little nodes on the background vocals individually. I don't want this up very much. I just maybe half a dB, and of course it won't go to the one I want it to. Come on now, I just want -2. Why is that too much to ask? There we go. And then in anticipation, let's just go ahead and bump up the last chorus too. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't. I've literally turned every background vocal in this entire song up a little bit. So let's just grab all of that, as well as this. Now, those I think I turned up by an entire decibel, so let's go ahead and do that. Might end up having to put it back, but oh well. Okay, now back to Magenica's vocals here. Okay, this part's complicated. I want to see where that riff starts. Okay, 189. I want to relax that guitar riff a little bit. I really like this guitar riff. It's really hard to play, actually. It's. I remember James talking about that when he was tracking. This was one of the hardest parts for him to nail down. because it's partially palm muted too. But it's just a little bit stealing the spotlight from the vocals. So I want to take it down just a hair. Let's try 1 decibel. It's not, I don't think this is going to make it disappear into the mix. I don't think we're turning it far enough down for that. But I don't want it to be quite so much in the spotlight.
I must focus and pay attention to details. Inside a tin, a smoky room in a colored veil. A fortune-telling psychic in a bloody shawl. Love pours trauma from her crystal ball. Shattered is her life with the cards face down. A veil of death that's worn like her gown. Upon her table, a scorecard new. One each with a number of 512.
Okay, yeah, I think it's pretty close. The beginning still might have been just a tad quiet.
I must focus and pay attention to details. Inside a tin, a smoky room in a colored veil. A fortune-telling psychic in a bloody shawl.
Okay, yeah, I think I just want this up a little bit more. Let's see if half is enough. Half a dB.
I must focus and pay attention to details. Inside a tin, a smoky room in a colored veil. I must focus and pay attention to details. Inside a tin, a smoky room in a colored veil. A fortune-telling psychic in a bloody shawl. Love pours trauma from her crystal ball. Shattered is her life with the cards face down.
Okay, we're getting there. We're almost there. Where is Bloody Shawl? Is it this?
Bloody shawl.
Yes, okay. So the beginning of this line is also just a little bit quiet. And then there was another thing here.
Inside a tin, a smoky room in a colored veil.
Yeah, room and
In a smoky room in a colored veil.
just room and is a little bit quiet yet. Why are we on division again? That.
Inside a tin, a smoky room in a colored veil. A fortune-telling psychic in a bloody shawl.
Okay, let's get some context again.
I wake up again, but I know I'm not awake. The now common feeling. I wake up again, but I know I'm not awake. The now common feeling, and all my love death awaits. I must focus and pay attention to details. Inside a tin, a smoky room in a colored veil. A fortune-telling psychic in a bloody shawl. Love pours trauma from her crystal ball. Shattered is her life with the cards face down. A veil of death that's worn like her gown. Upon her table, a scorecard new. One each with a number of 512. To no surprise, call again to a murder today. Just as I dreamed before. Certain now I've been given a precious gift I cannot ignore. See me marked hard. I know the numbers have more meaning. I need to make connections to prevent murders repeating. Scan the deep.
Yeah, wouldn't you know it? I turn those background vocals up in anticipation, and then I think they're too loud. Oh, how it works. Okay, I think I fixed that though. I want to go back to the beginning of the chorus and listen again. There's also a really quick 3-part harmony here, just on that one little tiny phrase. And I don't want that to be like immediately obvious. That's one of those things you got to pay attention to catch, I think.
No surprise, call again to a murder today. Just as I dreamed before. Certain now I've been given a precious gift I cannot ignore. See me, mark card. I know the numbers have more meaning. I need to make connections to ignore. See me, mark card. I know the numbers have more meaning. I need to make connections.
Okay. There's another edit I want to make here, and I'm going to feel a little bit less bad about it because it's my own vocal. Wait a minute. They look like they line up. They sure don't sound like they line up.
I need to make connections.
Okay, because some of them line up. Oh, why has it got to be that one?
I need to make
Oh, man. I'm hearing the one idiot me that didn't sing it right. I probably left it because I was like, there's 4. Who's going to catch that one?
I need to make
Oh, yeah, that's driving me nuts. I don't know if there's really an easy way to fix that. I mean, I guess if it's pretty heavily edited, again, it's probably not going to be heard all that much.
I need to make
That was definitely better. Now I need to train my mind to forget that I did that so that I don't hear it for the rest of my life. Again, you saw nothing. We all sang it 100% perfectly first try, every time.
I need to make connections to prevent murders repeating. Scan the teacher for evidence.
Okay. I think I spotted this when I deleted everything earlier. She says I right here, and it's just completely gone. It's completely buried.
I scan the teacher for evidence. Absolutely sure that there's more that I've missed. For evidence.
Yeah, we need to step ladder that. Evidence gets quieter as it goes. Let's try 1 on that, and then 0 on dense.
For evidence. Absolutely sure that there's more that I've missed. Not more that I've missed.
Yeah, it's there. I want to hear mist just a little bit better, I think. Oops. Finger twitch. There we go.
There's more that I've missed. Nothing comes to mind. The answer still resists. The numbers swirl within my mind. 3 separate marks laid out like a time. The calling card of the murderer. The key to stopping these crimes.
Okay.
The key to stopping these crimes. The key to stopping these crimes.
Where's ping?
Stopping these crimes.
That's a hefty move right there. That's a hefty move. There's a couple of little things that oops. Why did that cut both? I didn't want both. Just our lead. I want to push that back just a little bit.
Stopping these crimes.
Yeah. And then there was a point that my background vocals kind of held a note longer than hers. I think it was there. Yeah, you can see it. I mean, quite a bit. So even her 2 vocals don't hold it exactly the same, but we want the background vocals to match a little bit closer. to where she ends that word, which luckily is a pretty easy edit. Yeah, honestly, it could come in just a little bit more even. It was a never before heard keyboard solo right there. I don't think anybody in the band other than Sam and I had heard that. And there was a little bit of it that was just a little bit too quiet. Let's take another listen there. That's cool. I especially love the end of that. The way it transitions into the guitar solo is really neat. And bring that down just a little bit at the end so that it steps on the, or doesn't step on the guitar solo at the beginning. Just a little bit. I want it to fade it just a tad bit. Oh, and I love the way that trails off at the end. Complete transparency, guys. I have no idea how I did that. That's on the track. That's not an effect I put on it. It just did that. That right there, no clue. No clue. It happened when I tracked it, and I was like, wow, that was cool. And there it is. And I love it. It just feels like the guitar solo kind of like flies away from you into the distance. And it's so awesome. Didn't do it on purpose. I love that. I love that. Okay, I think we're good on that one. Let's move on to the next one. All right, now we're looking at Time Run Short. Except for that the computer does not want to open it. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Now this one's short. I was complaining earlier that all the songs on the album are long. We can't use any of them for singles because they're all too long. This one's only 3.5 minutes. This is legitimately the shortest full song we have ever done. There's a couple of songs on this album that are shorter than that, but they're kind of like the intro track 1, Sleeping Torment, which is just kind of a little musical thing that sets up the album. not really a full-length song. It's only like 2 minutes maybe. And then there's actually a piece on that's going to be on disc 2, track 4 on disc 2, that's like a minute and a half or something. But it's really just a minute and a half long section of the full 32-minute song. So it's really hard to count that. So this is, at least as far as I'm concerned, the shortest full-length song we have ever written. 3.5 minutes. And we're back to good old duet. So we got both Jerry and Majenica pretty equally in this song. It's another sibling conversation, of course, with Riley coming to Thomas and saying, like, look, I feel like I'm going crazy here. What am I supposed to be doing? And he's kind of trying to calm her down. You're okay. You're overthinking this. All sorts of those good things. Most of the dialogue for the album is recorded already too, which is very nice. That's most of what we have left now is my background vocals that I couldn't do until Majenica had recorded her official vocals. And then I think there's actually a couple of guitar solos that I decided really late in the game, hey, there should be a solo here. So I still need to do those. And then just like the dialogue and sound effects that are left. So like this song has a pretty hefty conversation at the beginning that's not only Riley and Thomas, but also there's a TV in the background with a news report, and even that's done. Sam did the news reporter, which was awesome and pretty funny. And that's done. It's not actually in here, though. It's not in the mix project. I want to get sound effects on there too before I actually worry about integrating that into this, but that's a neat thing. So this song picks up right where Connections left off. It comes right back in. Check this. Oh, again, I almost forgot. You guys aren't going to hear this. I've got to remember to set up Black Hole. I just remembered something that I was supposed to have done in Connections that I didn't. That didn't affect how I was hearing things, but definitely affected how you guys were hearing it. That's my bad. So you guys were hearing that song a lot quieter than I was. Okay. So that should be good. Okay, so yeah, again, we're picking up exactly where Connections left off. Was that a weird bass drum? I just hear like a weird rogue bass drum. I heard it again. It looks right. Yeah, it's not a bass drum. What am I hearing? Are you guys hearing that? Am I nuts? Is there an extra bass drum in there? I am hearing something there. I don't know where it is. Oh, this is going to drive me nuts. Is it that? It's not that string flapping, I don't think. It's not a low enough sound. Maybe it is? It must be. I didn't hear it that time. How have I never heard that before? It's just that instant, that little tiny instant of that string flapping for just, a millisecond, if even that. I missed it. I see it. It's that. Weird. Yeah, that was it. Huh. I wasn't even planning to listen to the intro. I guess it's a good thing I did. Okay, so we need to, let's listen to the rest of the intro, I guess, just in case. For that, it doesn't really make sense to skip it, does it? so clearly we're going to have to baseline this one higher. This is probably just down in Magenica's lower range a little bit. So let's actually start it out at 0 instead of -2. If I can get it, there we go. Okay.
I haven't had a good night dress since the first murder scene.
Better. I still didn't hear the word I all that well.
I haven't had a
Better. We're getting there.
I haven't had a good night dress since the first murder scene.
I feel like murder scene is quiet also.
Since the first murder scene.
Yeah. Also, we can really, there's no reason to have that be down like that. We might as well have that up there. It's the first vocal in the song. There we go. Unnecessary fader moves.
Since the first murder scene. 3 more times in the last 2 weeks, I have foreseen a deathly tear. 2 weeks, I have foreseen a
Strange. I feel like I have foreseen is loud enough, but those 2 piano notes that jump in somehow just like pull focus away from the vocal just long enough to be like, oh wait, what did she say?
2 weeks, I have foreseen a
Yeah. I think I actually want to try turning those piano notes down just a little bit too.
I have foreseen.
It's not huge. It's one of those weird nitpicky things, I think. It's not much. Let's just go down like a dB.5 here.
2 weeks, I have foreseen a deathly tear. I find true the next day. 6 murders, a deathly tear. I find true the next day. A deathly tear.
Okay, I wasn't hearing Lee. This one's already a little bit more intense. Terror, and then find true the next day is also a little bit quiet.
Deathly tear.
Lee just doesn't pop out all that well.
A deathly tear.
Yeah, I'll turn it up a little more, but honestly, I'm not sure there's much we're going to be able to do about that. I think it's a frequency thing. It's just blending into the other frequencies.
A deathly tear. I find true the next day. 6 murders now and more. The longer I delay.
You found a connection, now find a meaning.
Very nice. Magenica actually changed the vocal melody just very slightly right there from what was on the demo, and I like that a lot. Interesting. It's another set of notes that work perfectly fine. It's just not what I would have defaulted to. So interesting. Peaks the ear a little. Let's focus a little harder on Jerry's first line there.
6 murders now and more. The longer I delay.
You found a connection, now find a meaning.
I'm pretty good with that. Again, I think the you just being, the naturally, you're going to sing that a little bit quieter. It's not the focus. Turn that up a little.
You found a connection, now find a meaning. You'll find your answer in the Bible. I have a feeling if you talk to God.
Okay. Yep, that line was good. And here, actually, the rhythm was changed just a little bit. So I want to make sure that if you doesn't get lost here. So he sings it a little bit quicker. We want to make sure that that doesn't get lost in the mix.
If you talk to God, He will assist. There must be a reason He chose you for this.
Absolutely. And then I want to relax that last line just a hair. Just half a decibel, I think, will do it.
He will assist. There must be a reason He chose you for this.
Okay. That was almost almost perfect. The first word hit me wrong.
Assist. There must be a
Somehow that there, right there, still too quiet. Let's just move that.
he will assist. There must be a reason he chose you for this.
Crazy how that works. That's half a decibel, and maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only one hearing it. But yeah, that seemed to fix it. Suddenly, the word there was just as loud as everything else in that line, just from moving that little half decibel turn down just beyond the word. Crazy. Crazy. Yeah. All right, then we got a chorus, so we need to bring up the double just a hair on Magenica's here, and let's hear how this sounds.
I'm not even sure who I am anymore. Why have these visions come to me?
Okay. Now it feels like we're getting up into where having this at 2 would actually be a little bit more appropriate. So I'm going to pull her back down to 2, and as has become usual, I'm actually going to turn the background vocals up. This time I'm going to do it a little bit smarter, though, and we're going to turn it up right there.
I'm not even sure who I am anymore. Why have these visions come to me? These murders come true before I can stop them. I'm desperate to find the key. The numbers mean something, I know it's important, but what if there's something else entirely?
Interesting. So I still heard all of the vocals here at the end, but Magenica definitely dips down more in line with the background vocals, and it's hard to differentiate whether it's her or me singing. I guess we ought to turn it up. I'm a little bit hesitant to, because like I said, I clearly heard all the words that were being said. We just don't want it to sound like suddenly we changed vocalists for a couple of words for some reason.
These murders come true before I can stop them. I'm desperate to find the key. The numbers mean something, I know it's important, but what if there's something else entirely?
Okay, we're going to bump her up half a decibel for the second half, too. Her vocals are sitting a little bit too far back into the higher octave of that riff.
The numbers mean something, I know it's important, but what if there's something else entirely? The numbers mean something, I know it's important, but what if there's the numbers mean something, I know it's important, but
That's really interesting. So the piano riff is following this, and I wasn't hearing it really loud. That's why I muted Magenica's vocals for one of those listen-throughs, because I was just seeing if the piano was abrasively loud right there. It's something about the buildup of frequencies. It doesn't sound too loud when Magenica's not in there, but as soon as she is, it pops out really bad. Just those 2 notes, da-da, right there. They sound fine on their own, but the second Magenica's vocal is also in there, occupying basically those same frequencies. It just kind of boosts the piano up to a suddenly kind of abrasive level.
numbers mean something, I know it's important.
Still happened. Oh, that's crazy. So let's take it down a little bit more.
The numbers mean something, I know it's important, but what if there's something else entirely? I worry still that my mind is unhealthy. Am I even really having these dreams?
Okay, so I think again we want to bring her up at the end a little bit. She's disappearing into the background vocals just a hair too much. Still heard all of the words, but it just started to sound more like me than her.
That my mind is unhealthy. Am I even really having these dreams?
Okay, cool. So Riley actually takes a break now, I think, and doesn't sing until the other chorus. Yeah, so she comes back for the end of the song, which is the other chorus. So we want to go ahead and set her up at 2 again, I think. We're going to start at -2 over there. And then let's come back over here and check out Jerry's second verse. Yep, he's still set up from over here. I think we want to set him to start at -2 as well. So we actually need to bring him up half a decibel. There we go. Okay.
I believe God is sending you these missions as part of His plan. I believe God is sending you these missions as part of His plan. I think you're just as sane as you were when this all began.
Okay. We got just a little bit of weird stuff there.
I think you're just as sane.
So we got another I that's really quiet right there. So let's crank that.
I think you're just as sane as you were when this all began.
And then were actually just comes out a little bit too hard. Yeah, let's see. 2 decibels down might be too much, but let's check it out. And then kind of same with all, but to a lesser extent. I think we could get away with that.
Just as sane as you were.
Scratched my head right at the wrong moment.
I think you're just as sane as you were when this all began.
Okay, you know what? I think I could actually go for all being down there as well. I think sane was good.
I think you're just as sane as you were when this all began. Try to get some rest, knowing all is as it should be. Pray and read and you'll solve this case, I guarantee.
Okay, so that whole phrase was a little quiet, but parts of it were quieter than others. The beginning was definitely like almost gone.
Pray and read and you'll solve this.
Just pray and read. I think he comes back in a little bit more full at and you'll solve.
Pray and read and you'll solve.
Close, not quite.
Pray and read and you'll solve this case.
That might have been okay. I think I want to hear it again. Let's contextualize a little bit.
All is as it should be. Pray and read and you'll solve this.
Yeah, it was still just a hair quiet.
All is as it should be. Pray and read and you'll solve this case, I guarantee. Though it may be hard in these coming days, rightly you must keep your faith.
Okay, I want to try. I'm not convinced this is what needs done, but I want to try relaxing that just a hair.
Though it may be hard in these coming days, rightly you must keep your faith.
God, you must help me. I'm lost and I'm tired. I need you to guide me to go the right way. I know that you've shown me these things. God, you must help me. I'm lost and I'm tired. I need you to guide me to go the right way. I know that you've shown me these 6 sets of numbers that I feel I've gone astray.
Okay, I was really confused there for a second because, again, just at the very beginning here, she blends a little too well with the background vocals, and so for a second, I thought that I had messed up and we were still hearing my demo vocals. It just sounded like me singing for a second. So we need to turn her up at the beginning, just these, like the first couple of words.
God, you must help me. I'm lost and I'm tired.
Are my background vocals? No, my background vocals are actually turned down right there.
God, you must help me. I'm lost.
Why does that, just the word God, just straight up sounds like me singing instead of her?
God, you must help me. I'm lost and I'm tired. I need you to guide me to go the right way.
Yeah, I guess we'll keep turning it down. That's weird.
God, you must help me. I'm lost and I'm tired. I need you to guide me to go the right way. I know that you've shown me these 6 sets of numbers that I feel I've gone
word time sure jumped out of there, didn't it?
Is it a time I should look for?
Wow. That might need turned down on my vocals too.
Is it a time I should look for? Is it a time I should look?
Yeah, that was too much on hers.
Is it a time I should look?
Yeah, okay, I think that was appropriate, but it needs turned down on the background vocals as well.
Is it a time I should look for at all?
Is this another one of those situations where we're getting a really hefty piano note because of the combination of Magenica's vocals as well?
Is it a time I should look?
I think so. Just that right there. Just that note.
Is it a time I should look for at all? Or am I missing something elsewhere? I know that you'll answer my prayer.
Just a little bit of vocal editing needing done there. Again, my background vocals just held that note too long. Just need to make it end right where hers ends. We are not crossfading down there. Crossfade, dang it. There we go. Very nice.
Or am I missing something elsewhere? I know that you'll answer my prayer.
Actually, I think the word prayer needs turned down on the background vocals as well. Just again, it just suddenly sounds like me singing instead of her.
Know that you'll answer my prayer.
Yeah, that was a little bit more even.
Something elsewhere. I know that you'll answer my prayer.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, just that whole phrase on the background vocals is a little loud.
Elsewhere. I know that you'll answer my prayer.
Yeah, not bad. I think I want to bring it back up just a little bit, and I actually want the word prayer down. Oh, right. Logic and its weird requirements.
I know that you'll answer my prayer.
Yep, I'm good with that. That's another one down. Who all's watching right now? Is it just band members watching right now? If I'm being honest, I'm a little cautious to move into letting people hear vocals for the next one. Then maybe we should start a different project instead. It probably doesn't matter, but well, we've got a new place yet. That one hasn't needed all that much, if I'm being honest. I've paid by far the least attention to that one. Because it's, you know, it was already set up pretty well. And people aren't going to hear that one super clearly anyway. Let's take a listen to it just because. We can fix some issues that might pop out, but for the most part, I think it's pretty okay already. Set it up so that you guys can hear it. Oops. So for those of you who may be watching this now, or maybe later on down the line, A New Place is a very interesting song on this album in that it's the most different. It's the most just wildly, crazily different from anything else that's on this album, and that was intentional. Now this was conceptualized, maybe would be the right word. Essentially, the song was written and recorded back in 2015 for a movie project that Sam and I were recording a soundtrack for. It ended up never happening. It didn't get finished. And so this song was just kind of left in limbo, this weird sort of early rock pop song. And when After Winter was talking about what the concept was going to be for Paramnesia, and we as we started diving deeper into how the story was going to go, and we wanted this grocery store scene, this whole dialogue scene. The most dialogue on the album is right here. This isn't even really a song on the album so much as it's a scene that we hear happen in a grocery store. And so we thought, well, there would be some sort of radio-friendly rock song playing in the background at the grocery store. So we thought, well, that one thing that Sam and I wrote forever ago would be perfect for that. Let's pull that out, see if it needs any tweaks, and let's do that, and it'll be hilarious. It'll be this hilarious little Easter egg that even the generic radio-friendly rock song playing in the background of the grocery store scene is still Afterwinter, even though it doesn't sound anything like Afterwinter at all. So on this song, it'll be on the album, kinda. You know what I mean? It's like it's on the album in parentheses. You're not really going to hear it. It's not the point of the scene. It's just going to be. It's going to be made to sound like it's coming out of a little tiny speaker far away during, to be blunt, a very serious scene. Where the dialogue needs to be the focus of what's going on, not this song. So there's a good chance we will release this song in its entirety later on down the road. Again, just kind of as a haha, bet you didn't see that coming. This was also us. But it doesn't need all that much. It doesn't need as much crazy in-depth mixing as the rest of the songs, because there's not as much in it, and it's a very different genre. It's not as dense. The distortions are a lot quieter. There's not a lot going on. It's a low gain. It's me singing instead of Jerry or Magenica, just to give it a little bit of a different thing. Also, it's gonna fade out. So we're gonna listen to it right now, and it's not gonna fade out. That's something that I do during the mastering phase. So we're gonna hear this whole just way over long ending that eventually will fade out. But let's take a listen just for the sake of consistency, just to see if we catch anything that might need tweaked while we're here.
Woo!
Such an unceremonious ending. Yeah, I think there is some stuff that I want to go ahead and change while we're here. That says that bass player's using a pick. It can't be an Afterwinter song. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, we don't want to turn down For Our Hearts to Roam. Lead vocals just need to come down just a little bit for that last chorus. One of the most interesting things, I think, about this song is that third chorus. So we get that key change up a whole step, and then suddenly there's two sets of vocals. There's the chorus that we've already heard going on in the left speaker, and then there's a totally different set of lyrics going on in the right speaker, also in harmony, which is just kind of a neat little thing. It's one of my favorite parts about this song. Also, we've got the Woo Lobster Bush track, which is a leftover from the 2015 recording that's actually Justin Crabtree. And much as I kind of want to take it out because he doesn't have anything to do with this, I like what it adds. I don't want to take it out because I like it, and I know that if I tried to do it, it wouldn't have that same vibe. It's him, you know what I mean? He's such a hype guy, and that's exactly what this adds to the track. So I'm, part of me is like, take that out of there. He doesn't have anything to do with this. But on the other hand, it's like, but I like the parts though. I like that they're there. So I guess we'll leave them. Let's listen to that last chorus again. By the way, I got super lucky with the last note in this song that it was an open O sound, because that C sharp note that I'm hitting right there is technically a half step higher than the highest note I can comfortably hit. So we just got basically super lucky that was just the right sound, that I was able to push it up just a little bit. This ending chorus, not only that part, but the harmonies that you're hearing there are just stupid high. I mean, insane. It's a good thing that all of the vocals from this song are also left over from the 2015 recording, because I'm pretty sure I couldn't physically do this now.
To a place where no one knows us, we can be together alone. Take comfort in each other's arms.
Oh, no.
Freedom for our hearts to roam.
Woo! Oh, man. Unpleasant flashbacks. Okay, let's, speaking of the Crabtree stuff, let's kind of go through those three pieces right there, because I feel like this first one was okay. I think the second one might have been a little bit too quiet. So again, I want to listen to the beginning for context. So this is just this real powerful woo right when everything really kicks in. that? Oh yeah, it's like barely there. This used to have a weird kind of whooshy echo effect on it that seems to have disappeared. Um, I wonder if that's something I could access, because the original 2015 version of this song should still be intact um, on my external hard drive that this new update has been refusing to let me access. So let's just see. Yeah, look at all these little red things up here that it's trying to claim is not working. Yeah, it literally it won't even show me the files. It's pretending like there's nothing on this. I better stop trying to access it before it starts deleting stuff. The odds of me being able to remember and find that whooshy effect slim to none. I'm sure it was a filtered thing. Might have even been a warped alien slicer. That sounds cool. What is alien slicer? Okay, so there's just like a way higher version of it that happens in the right speaker. I'm not really sure what's all alien slicer about that. What is resonant pitch chamber? Crazy. That's definitely not what it was. How about twisting gears? Oh, I hate that. No, that's terrifying. Oh man, what else could it have even been? Falling rumble. We're just getting bit by bit more like kind of like demony sounding here. That's not what I was going for at all. Sheesh. Yeah, glass is what that one's called. Glass. Yeah, I see it. It was definitely not that though. Here, this is called speed sweep. Let's see what that was. Wow. Okay, that was closer, but without the pitch shifting. Oh, it's literally called pitch shifted. Drag sweep. See what that is. Interesting. All sorts of cool effects for different stuff. Not what I'm looking for, but interesting. See what else. What do we got? I've used resonant taps for a lot of things before. I kind of feel like it wouldn't be this, but maybe it is. No. That's a really cool effect for certain kinds of guitar solos, though. I've used that for a couple of different things. Just interesting. Definitely not for everything. Wow. No. Maybe it wasn't a delay. Maybe it was a reverb. I mean, what else are we doing? I guess let's search. This is definitely showing us some pretty interesting stuff. Yeah, let's go with warped tones. What do we got here? Morphing vox. Oh yeah, that looks like it's going to be something. Definitely not what I was searching for. Very interesting. So many interesting things. I wish we could try every single one of these. That would take way too long. Let's try wind tunnel. You know, honestly, it was something like that. I don't think that was it, but that's interesting. Listen to what that sounds like. it definitely wasn't that. That's really interesting, though. Reverse image. Wow, look at that funky curve. Weird. I mean, it was definitely something like that. I think we're near what it actually was, but I don't think any of this is hitting me the way that did. Ooh, subtle percolation. It never stops. Wow. I kind of want to hear that one with the song. It definitely wasn't that. In fact, all those echoes are just gone after that. A lot of really interesting stuff. Dissonant cry. We'll just try a couple more here, and if we're not getting it, then we'll move into something else. Oh, wow. Quick wheeze? Ouch. That hurt. Oh, we're definitely going to be using this. This is supposed to make it sound like you're on a phone, tiny phone. Oh, geez, yeah, that's not what we were looking for. Okay, yeah, I don't think we're actually gonna find what it was. There's a good chance I could have just pulled it right in from the old thing if this computer weren't throwing a fit about basically nothing. So let's just get these at the right volumes and move on. Cool. Yeah, no, I like all that. Awesome. So it is 9 o'clock. That's usually when I try to end these things. I did start just a little bit late, but I think we made a lot of really good progress today. It's a little bit frustrating that we're, I'm having to go back through and do things that I've, technically already done. But I think this is really, really making the album a little bit, taking that extra step again, which is honestly the whole thing with this album. You guys know what I mean? It's taking that extra step is like the theme of the whole album. You know what I mean? We the members of Afterwinter, other than Magenica and Jerry, literally left another arguably successful band behind so that we could take that extra step. So there's no reason to stop now. Am I right? We might as well go ahead and keep taking that extra step to make this everything that it absolutely should be. So yeah, we're going back. If changing something really significant about the vocal mix means that I got to go back through every single song and essentially remix the vocals from scratch, then we're going to do it. So everything is coming along really well album-wise. It's not going to be, tomorrow or anything that it's done. It's still probably not going to be released this year. I would bet that it will be finished this year. I doubt it will be released this year. In fact, I'd be a little bit disappointed if it's not finished this year. I think there shouldn't be any reason that we shouldn't have a full finished product before December 31st this year. And now that I've set myself that goal, I'm going to finish it on December 30th. And I'm going to be really stressed about it too. Probably, because that's what I like to do, is set myself up to be stressed out about stuff. But as you can see, we got a lot of songs in here in the mix project. These are all the ones that I've done first draft mixes for. So this is almost the entire first disc. There are 17 tracks total, and I've done first draft mixes for 10 of them. And that is, it seems like that's only like a little past halfway. It's more than that. It is more than that. The last 6 are all part of one big song, so they're not really full-length song pieces. Some of them are, but several of them are a little bit shorter. So we're way more than halfway through first draft mixing. So I'm waiting to do kind of my second pass mixing until I've got everything, all the dialogue, all the sound effects, every single thing in every single song. And then I'm going to go back through every single one and pretty much do what we're doing now. Just listen to the whole thing in context, the whole thing from front to back, and see what jumps out. What jumps out when we've got absolutely everything in there as, okay, this seemed like it got in the way of that, blah, 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 this and that. And then I'm going to go back through with a specialized headphone system, listening to it on different sets of virtual speakers, which is a new thing that we have here at the studio that's really cool. It's going to allow me to, since I don't have the car that I use to do car tests anymore, it's going to allow me to essentially have that step like that. Test it on different sets of speakers so that we can see if something's going to sound a little bit weird and needs tweaked a little bit. So this should theoretically be far and away the best sounding thing I have ever personally produced, let alone the best sounding thing Afterwinter has ever released. So that's exciting. I'm excited to finally get this off my plate. Trust me, I know that you guys that are watching now know this. Anybody that's watching this anywhere know that if you are impatiently waiting for this album, nobody could possibly have more impatience than I do as far as wanting this thing to be done and off my plate so that we can move to the next thing. I want this thing out here so you guys can hear it because I think it's the best thing. I don't want to speak for everybody in the band. It's the best thing I've ever done, and I'm pretty sure most of the band members feel the same way. It's the biggest project I've ever been a part of, and I really think we hit the nail on the head in a lot of ways for telling this story and also doing something that you don't. It's not that it's never been done before, but it's almost never been done before, and certainly not by anybody in our local area. So pretty proud of it for those reasons as well. So obviously I'm ready to have this thing done and out there. So no stream next Friday. Instead, we will be streaming from the Kiss Meets the Podcast channel, where we'll be doing a listen through of the recreation of Dress to Kill that we were working on this channel for the last several months. Bar something going wrong, which you guys know how it goes, I'm going to go ahead and cross my fingers and hope that everything is going to work the way that it should. Assuming that's true, we will be live on the Kiss Meets the Podcast channel next Friday around 7 or so to take a full listen through the Dress to Kill recreation with all the members of Kissish present so that we can talk about the songs and our memories, if we have any, of actually tracking that album. And then likely we'll be back doing this the following Friday. Pretty likely we'll be back working on this. So hopefully you guys are excited for that. I know I am. I'm going to continue mixing stuff whenever I have time because this is a huge, huge project. I can't just work on it for a couple hours every Friday. So who knows where this will be by the time we catch up on it in a couple weeks. But anyway, I am going to go ahead and wrap everything up and get out of here. So as per usual, whether you're watching this now, whether you watched a little bit earlier, or you've come in and out, whether you're watching this way in the future when it's not live, I really, really appreciate you clicking on this and taking the time to listen to me ramble. Hopefully you enjoyed the content. Hopefully you enjoyed the music you heard. This is going to be one of those really, really awesome albums that I hope kind of has a place in history for all of us involved and the listeners that enjoy Afterwinter. I think this is really going to be something special. So hopefully you enjoyed a little sneak peek into the making of one of the more tedious parts of album making, mixing, and I will see you guys next time.